We don't have a bot? You got about 30 seconds.
Nice.
I could just watch the chat and make the sound effects for you.
What?
Quiet on the set!
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, launch no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret them. You don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news just in the nick of time here today on Wacky Wednesday. For the record, it is Wednesday, March 15th, 2017 here inside Shrouded Avatar. How's everybody doing out there today? Ooh.
For some odd reason.
Are we?
My mic seems to be... I don't know.
It was low early, but you don't sound bad now. You're being picked up just fine according to my ears, my side here.
Yeah, well, on my stream, it's looking at the OBS volumes, and it appears to be really low. So low.
Katrina, you know you don't have to wait till after the show. I've got a vendor sitting right there buying Kodos. I don't know if she's listening, but she messaged me. I assume she's out there listening. I know she usually YouTubes us later on in the day when she's not here in game. And we appreciate that. Of course, we are here live 5 days a week on NBNN and on your radios in-game on WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. You can come join us in Discord. You can talk with us. You can tell us what your thoughts are, join in a conversation, or help create the chaos in the world. The world can't be fun without a little bit of chaos. Spam. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But you can reach us by going.
Are you referring to your new bot that?
Yes.
That
nbnn.info.
Jeez.
Or you can just go into your web browser and type in discord.me/nbnn. Yes, Spiff is out there. He's protesting the new bot right now for all the spam that it's generating.
What he should be doing is looping stones as a method of protest. Because that is the best way to protest any of Laz's decisions. I'm just going to spam you with stones.
And no. I've already got a deal going through with Ezekiel Cooper. I'm getting smoke on the water.
Oh,
you're getting
that's one way to do
smoke
it.
on the water.
Yeah.
The other song is Jack is infamous for always playing Stones, and Zeke, you can almost always find him with Smoke on the Water. He's, oh, hold on, I got a song for you.
I got a song for you.
Stones on the water.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Stones on the Water. There you go, Rustic.
Shit.
There you go.
Quit your day job.
So yes, Spiff come in this morning and actively started protesting the new bot. Now, of course, I'm always looking for new bots that do
New
things
toys,
that I
you should
want
say.
them to do.
New toys.
And this one isn't actually doing what I was expecting it to do. I'm looking for one that lets us know who comes in and comes out of voice chat. You know, because as many times and many of us here in the room, and you hear it connect or you disconnect, and you go, oh, who came in or who left? And if there's a bunch of people in the room, it's hard to, you know. I mean, last time I looked was an hour ago. I don't remember who came and who left, you know.
That's hard.
Yeah, you know, it's old fart syndrome, you know, CRS.
Smalls, you're killing me.
What?
Killing me with this bot. And as Justin says, it's annoying. Crazy annoying.
It's annoying.
It sounds like the type of bot that you guys need is a bot-tum.
Is a what?
What?
A bot-tum.
A bot.
What?
Yes. And
Well,
we definitely need that.
We definitely
that's for
need
sure.
one of those, but yeah.
Explain, Lucy, explain.
You got some splaining to do. Yeah, don't worry. We can splain it for a week and you still won't
Still
get
wouldn't
it.
get
so-
it. Yeah.
Piss off. Movie round.
Yeah,
Moving
so,
right along.
I wanted to
What's
see
working?
how it worked overnight, and I wanted to see how it was working, and we got to do a couple other tweaks. Otherwise, we got to move on to the next bot to see if that does what we want it to, or what I would like it to do. Let's put it that way. But yes, moving right along. What have we got for the good boys and girls out there
We have
today, Jack?
stand-up corner, and we have lots of new conjecture.
Lots and lots of new
Yeah.
conjecture. Ooh.
So yesterday, for the stand-up corner, so yesterday was Pi Day, which we forgot to announce to the world.
Ooh,
Yeah,
314. That's right.
yeah. Got the Pi Day jokes. Yesterday, the Attenwood ran the stand-up meetings, so that's good. So I guess Chaox was running around somewhere. So don't forget, stand-up meetings is where they say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, I'm working on this today. Something random gets written down, and then eventually it makes it up on the forums where we get to interpret what they're saying. So from yesterday's stand-up, we had over in the art department, Bob the Builder.
Cult of Bob.
Strange fellow, that dude.
We definitely need the bunnies.
The
And get
Death Bunny Cult of Bob. I tell you.
Eat Bobby's.
What we got to do is we got to get a good image of the Monty Python Death Bunny, and we got to doctor it up, you know.
With Bob's
Put
face.
Bob's image, you know, superimpose Bob's face over it, something like that. We got to have some fun with this.
He was working on the harpsichord and the grand fountain with candles, and that's going to be the spring telethon reward. NFG Damon
Damon Waldrop.
working on the Unity update, as well as ice fisting.
Ice
Zepp.
fisting. Led Zepp's second favorite water sport.
So
got my
we've got some questions for you.
You got his attention.
So last week, Damon was working on the Flame Fist. How did that feel? Did you like the Flame Fist followed by the soothing Ice Fist?
Not participate in that. I
You
wasn't
didn't get to
invited.
participate in that test. He was not a happy camper.
Yeah. the ball gag was in. So Fletcher
lives.
he is working on obsidian weapons. Kevin
Wells.
working on the NPC visual updates, and the thing that he really wants to pull out because he's been working on it for so long, hair.
Lovely hair.
Yes. Then Matt the almighty Gix Vargach working on the elemental ambush. Peekaboo. That's what they're going to say when they come. And the harp.
Yeah, it's not bad enough that
gotta get that animation.
skeletons spring up off the ground and ambush you. Now we're gonna have elemental ambushes as well. Actually, I'm looking forward to see what they do with it.
I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, we haven't gotten any spoilers yet.
No,
in-game
not as
about
of yet.
So this is all a theory on our part, and this is the part where it's like, I love conjecture. I mean, it's like, what direction are they going to go? We aren't there. We just get to make
Things that
make comments from the peanut gallery. Are we driving, or are we making commentary from the passenger seat or from the back seat? That's the real question.
Oh, I don't know. I thought we were making it from the hood of the car, personally, but
or the roof.
The roof. Yeah, I was out doing some hood surfing. Come on, man.
Yeah. Then let's see.
What the hell
Reed was
are you
also
talking
working
about?
roadway pavers and house mega tasks.
Mega tasks.
Oh, hey, you really can't place anything on that wall. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Over in design, the Beezus
Be cotton.
working on the new weapons setup. Seawolf touching up the Serpent Spine mines and the Verdantis mines.
Touching!
Oh,
Touching.
my.
Touching.
Love.
See, that's
Touching
what
the mind.
we need. The Darknesses song, a thing called Love, for the touching me.
Touching me, touching you.
Yeah, that's because it's all kinds of creepy, but it's so funny. It's so. I had that as a ringtone, like. Dan working on the form locks and pot submissions, and scene spawning, and outskirts kickoff me.
Outskirts? You getting them out of their skirts?
Well,
If
that's
you want
going to come back.
Skirts,
Yeah.
you just gotta go down to Eclipse's nude beach, and
Then we'll definitely get them out of their skirts.
you'll see no skirts. That's right.
That's where we really need to get to Travis's for the interesting conversation. So Sanyo was also Unity updating and Harvest NPC dialogue and Outskirts kickoff meeting. Sorcerer Steve,
So
Unity updating.
Steve, he
ruins.
was hanging out the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, while he was updating Unity.
In that.
What the hell did these guys actually talk about? Then Cass Ruins and Outskirts kickoff meeting. And then we get to Bass Corpor, our favorite element,
Own ballerina up there on the
Yes.
piano,
doing the pirouettes.
dancing away for us as Spiff plays.
Yes.
Yes.
Yesterday he was working on Unity updating and Solace Bridge updates. Outskirts.
So is Solace Bridge gonna get? Are we gonna have more neighborhoods?
Well, that's where I don't know. It's like, are they going with more player housing as far as Outskirts, or are they just because the way that it's set up with Outskirts kickoff meeting, then Outskirts kickoff meeting, then Solace Bridge Outskirts. I think they might be turning around and trying to Oh, as he said, a new adventure map between Salisbury and Soul Town.
Okay, there we
Yes,
go.
so
the outskirts, yeah.
the outskirts. Yeah.
So,
New adventure scene coming in.
are we trying to fix the new user experience upon entrance? Is that the thought here? Can we maybe get a little inside peek on that, or can we just
Spoil it.
conjecture?
Conjecture. Much more entertaining. Conjecture is much more entertaining. So one of the things that we do know that from the feedback from the free play week was trying to make the new player experience a little bit easier to understand. He spoiled it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yep.
Trying to make
So
things
yes, trying to make things a little smoother and easier for the new user experience, and we know that's something that needs some work, and glad to see them getting that taken care of as we travel down towards official launch.
Yep. Then let's see. Over in tech, we had JY
Check.
Okay, wow.
working on the new tool testing and setup.
Tool.
You said tool.
Where's my fire? Bacon Day is every day, Mactane.
That's right.
Bacon Day. You can't go wrong.
Everything is made better than bacon. Made better with bacon.
You're making my pig. You're making my pig nervous.
Bacon fact number
Wait,
12.
you
Bacon is healthier than crystal meth.
Then moving right along, we have the Deathbringer one and only working on shaders. After that, the Burning Toad.
The burn.
Still scratching the itch that's known as pot functional tests.
Getting a little love on those pots.
Yeah.
This is giving a little pot love to the folks out there.
Robert Thompson.
Excellent.
Robert Thompson.
Bobby grew up. Little Bobby grew up.
Bobby grew up to become Robert as he works on trap controllers and special effects updates and hunting missing music.
Trying to find that missing piece of music.
Where did I put that sheet music that no one else can play on the bot? Yes.
What chest did I put that in again?
It's in the shitter.
Oh, it's in the shitter. That's where I put all the
toilet
missing
paper.
scrap
We were out of toilet paper that day. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Shit music.
I think Led Zeppelin loves the toilet paper that I've provided in my outhouses. That's why he keeps on abusing them.
Makes good coffee filters.
You know, I don't know what he's got in that coffee, but he makes a run to the outhouse once a day. Yeah, so
Not just once a day, it's like once an hour. It's running right through.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta go. Be right back.
Espresso!
Espresso, yeah. Then, let's see, that takes us to our QA where the Attenwood was working on sanity
There
testing
he goes.
and regressions and bug forms.
Bug.
Serafina, customer service.
And
Regressions. Well, normally you say something about the excellent customer service.
the wonderful customer service.
See,
Oh, you said we had new stuff today, so I don't know.
Well, that was the outskirts, man. That's the outskirts.
Trying to shake it up a little here.
It's like, where are you going? Where are you going? So
You never know where we're gonna go. Yeah.
Useless overhead group. We had the Dippy Bird working on Unity updates and meetings. Barrick working on community spotlight live stream meetings. Hutch working on leads meeting map kickoff. Unity 5.5 bug fixes.
Bug.
And ambient light effects. Ooh, good lighting.
Ooh. Down, chicka, pow, meow.
think I can do that with my lamp. It messes up the green screen. Then after that, we had Lord British that was in meetings. If you notice, a couple of people from the Useless Overhead are not there. They're probably in
South by Southwest. That's right. As we were asked a question several times by, I believe it was Blood Omen, and he grabbed me last night and said, I asked you guys like 3 times last night while you guys were discussing music. And he was wondering whether Star had posted the answers to the unasked questions from the telethon. And Star wrote in another post out there that, of course, the list was extremely long from this telethon. And, of course, South by Southwest was happening, so we have to give him a little time, but he will get those answers out there in the forums for you folks to peruse, and of course for us to interpret. Of course, one of my favorite things is when we go through and see the answers to the questions in print.
Well, you also have to remember that a lot of them are non-answers because you can read them however you want to, especially when he just uses one-word answers and says yes, no, maybe. I could do that. Yes, I could.
Yes, we
but
could.
Am I going to do it?
Jiggly.
So I don't know if you paid attention to what I posted in Discord, which is a link to the discussion that Star is going to be leading off at South by Southwest. It's not for a couple days, so he's giving this talk on Friday. I don't know
video
what I'm talking about.
Access.
Yeah, is video game early access too early? That's the title of his talk.
Now that is an interesting talk, and that is an interesting title. Of course, depends on who you ask. That would be my answer. Is it too early?
If you think of a lot of games where they would actually have a very small subset of players that are able to play the alpha and then provide feedback, and then you have the beta players, which is, then you go into open beta, I mean, as far as the traditional model.
Well, let's talk about the traditional model. I mean, a lot of people out there who are video gamers who may be watching our show. Actually, our show, we probably have several people who understand those concepts and have been part of those concepts in the past.
Yes.
But for the most part, when a video game is made, it's made behind closed doors. And when the company is ready to get some feedback, they ask for people to come in what was known as alpha testing. And they would select a group of people to come in and give them feedback. And it was usually a small, closed group of people who would do this. So even,
and they would have to sign that evil NDA.
NDA, right? The non-disclosure agreement. That's right. And, they would get to test, and they would get to tell their friends about it and get the hype and the buzz going for the beta test. Now, some went into, as you said, an open beta. A lot went into the closed beta with those alpha testers continuing, and they would open it up a little bit more until they went to full wide open, let everybody come in and test it out and stress the system, and then they would go to a release. We're not doing that in this game, and a lot of other people have decided not to go that route. And this has been an interesting ride. So what do we want to discuss on this ourselves? Because I think the... Go ahead.
Well,
we ruined his dream, and now we must pay.
We ruined his dream, and now we must pay. No, I don't know. How so? Let me ask you that then.
Rectical.
Huh?
The reticle.
Rectical.
He's talking about me. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Need a reticle.
You're breaking my immersion, bro.
Yeah, you're breaking my immersion, man. Well, see, again, one of the things that I had a problem with the reticle was, yes, so we'll say it properly for once,
Rectum
was
was
that
that.
it's mostly used for a first-person shooter. And the only person who would really have a need for it, in my opinion, would be an archer. Well, they just introduced ranged weapons, technically, that we're hopefully going to see. And we're going to see plasma cannons and the cobalt cloud cannon and things like that, where they may have to be aimed. Then I could respect the use of said reticle. But for a guy who's got a sword in his hand, who's a melee character, no, I just don't see a need for it. But anyway, that's beside the point. Don't get me started. We're talking about early access here.
Well, the only way to rectify the reticle is to have a reticle enemy that can only be seen if you're using a reticle.
Yeah, there's very many outtakes on it. And again, we can go down the combat system path, but we're not going to do that. I'm actually going to avoid going down that path and just stick to is early access too early?
Well, I think it's one where the wide open early access that Portalarium opened up to a lot of people that expected a more polished game instead of, hey, we've been working on this game for 6 months and here it is complete. And okay. It's one where I think they maybe should have restricted it a little bit more as far as the early access.
How so?
Well, okay, so before you joined the game, so because you joined in release 13 or 3 days after 13.
No, so 3 days before the end of release 13.
3 days before the end of release.
Yes, when I finally got my UI.
Yeah. Back in release 12, 11, 10, all the way back to release 1, they were only weekend playtimes.
Yes, I remember that, and that's why I didn't come in, because they were only weekends, and that wasn't interesting to me.
That's one where you get a more understanding type of player. It's like, okay, this is early access, here's 3 days to play, tell us what your feedback is, and then they can dissect that feedback a little bit better. The hard part is most people don't understand what is constructive feedback. They don't understand what is actually better for them to actually see, as well as what a suggestion is. And it's one where many people just get really turned off. It's kind of like your reticle experience. It's like, I hate the damn thing, but you won't say why. And so they just kind of tune that out.
I have said why. I've said why several times. It doesn't work. It doesn't. Yeah, it gets in the way.
That's one where there's multiple issues at play there. Kind of like their targeting system.
Is the soft lock, the hard lock, the slip it in my butt lock? I mean, it doesn't work. I mean,
hey, how many digits did you want?
Yeah.
Slip it in my butt. I'll take it.
I mean, I go to target the mage who's shooting magic at me, and the next thing I know, I'm healing my spider. I mean,
Hey, that's targeting. That has nothing.
I target something, and I go to cast, and the next thing I know, there's no target on my screen. Yeah. That's not target lock. I'm sorry.
No, that's one where the targeting is completely borked, and the reticle is not even attached to the targeting. So it's almost
don't get me started on the camera being attached to your targeting. So don't go down there.
I'm aware of that as well, because I love panning my camera around to see what the hell's going on. And
yes,
I stopped fighting.
I also like to look at my combat from a totally different view. I shouldn't be forced to be in that, and I've had that discussion literally, and it's beating a dead horse. Yeah.
Yes. That's one where there is. I think they may have went to a every single month play a little bit too early to where they didn't get some of the more core mechanics in. And I think also they definitely went to persistence too early.
Now, again, let's talk about that real quick. Is going to persistence. That was part of the old school train of thought that once a game went through its alpha, went through its beta, there were no more wipes and the world went into persistence. That was technically considered game launch. And we got a lot of that from folks here going, well, the game's launched, the game's in persistence. No, as the game is in persistence, yes.
Wait. Led Zepp, disclaimer.
2017, this is not launch.
That's right.
Persistence.
And truthfully, there is no guarantee that before final launch, they won't wipe it. They've said they're not going to do that, but they haven't guaranteed us that they won't wipe everybody out and balance the world and start from scratch on game day. Nobody has said that won't happen either. So
no,
several times.
No.
Again,
No.
Star has said that several times, but they have discussed
Persistence.
what they have discussed is the wipe of the virtue in your quest progress.
right, and they spoke about that in
They did not discuss a wipe of the game state, which would also wipe all the housing. Could you imagine what would happen if they wiped out all
No, I'm talking the character wipe, and they have the power to do it.
You were not specific about that.
Well, excuse me. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna go through the land rush and all that. I'm talking about a stat and character wipe. Okay.
When you talk about
let's
a
not
wipe,
every single thing that somebody says literally and switch it around. Okay.
Hey, you also have to remember that Star has said that they don't plan on wiping characters either, but they have discussed the virtue in the quest.
And I said that.
Quest progress.
Keyword, right?
I said that. They said they don't plan on it, but nobody said it's not going to happen. That's what I said. Did you miss that the first time? I don't know.
I think it has been said. I think
it's been said that they don't plan on it.
They're not going to wipe characters either.
I believe it's a possibility.
There's been a crap ton of discussion from players within the community about character wipes. There has not been that discussion coming from Portalarium.
And do you think it would be wise for them to discuss that topic in the public at this stage in the game? No.
I don't think they're going to do character wipes at all.
It's going to be a blindside. If it happens,
they're not
it's going to be
do
a
it.
blindside.
I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't expect it to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. All I'm saying is nobody has guaranteed us it's not going to happen.
Do you know what happens if they wipe the character?
We all start clean.
Not just that. All of your gold is also all gone as well.
And you and I get an equal starting level on this playing field with everybody else who is out there exploiting all the exploits over the last several months. And I would not have a problem with that personally.
It's persistence. We're in persistence.
But anyway, that's all conjecture. It's all speculation. Don't everybody get their panties in a wad. Because Laz is speculating over here.
Yes, Laz is
fucking Wall Street, Jack.
Laz is coming up with a wild speculation that has not been corroborated by any statements from Portalarium. Wild collaboration.
It hasn't not been not corroborated. Okay.
Land Rush 2.0.
Yeah. 1.1. 1.1. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's gonna happen.
I don't anticipate it, but nobody's guaranteed it's not going to happen.
Never gonna happen.
No, that's a good point, I think, with the lots, though, because they really couldn't wipe characters because it would screw up all the lots, wouldn't it?
Well, not just that, they also can't delete characters because they would actually have to think of, like, you just deleted... No, you just deleted all of my... No, they can't delete characters because, you know what, my character was wearing this dyed item. You just deleted it. That was add-on store money. You know what? I just lost this pattern due to your character deletion. They can't do a character deletion.
They can do a stat swipe.
You know what?
Don't tell me it can't be done. It's a spreadsheet, for crying out loud. You all know it can be done, so you're arguing conjecture. It is possible. I didn't say it was going to happen.
See, but you keep on changing what you're saying as we poke holes in what you're doing. Now
a character stat swipe. What am I changing? A character stat swipe. What am I changing? I've never changed any.
Before that, you said it was a character wipe.
Well, what do you think I meant? Again, you're changing
character.
Never.
Jack.
Yeah.
Class.
Jack.
You have to remember, we have no plan for today. We're trying to fill the time.
We never have a plan.
We've got nothing to talk about today. So
the plan is just a list of things that can go wrong.
The plan is talk about whatever comes up on today's topic. That is the plan. So this is today's topic. You don't like it, you don't have to participate. If you do like it, we welcome you to come on in and join in the chatter and tell us what you think. We are here live from noon to 1 every day. And of course,
remember, this is all Laz making stuff up.
Hey,
all I said was it's never been promised.
You buy it from the add-on store. Isn't it in your bank when you claim your rewards next time they reload the servers?
That would be my thoughts, but thank you, Spiff. These guys are going, it's the end of the world if they think about... No, it's a freaking spreadsheet, for crying out loud.
Aren't you the one that's selling Royal Die service?
I am.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm taking advantage of a situation. I've got no qualms about that.
Whoops, all your gold's gone.
When you delete a character, it deletes the character. It doesn't store anything in the bank. It just deletes it.
Again, stat swipes.
Like I said, the only type of wipe that they have even theorized is going to be the quest update, the quest wipe. So that would also wipe out your virtue. That is the only wipe that they have discussed. They have not discussed a stats wipe at all.
That's right.
Now, you can go on the forums and you can
just think about that. Never mind. You're not thinking about it, because if anybody announced that, people would be scattering like rats on a sinking ship. So
not only that,
you don't discuss that.
What? No, you don't do it.
I understand, and I never said it was going to happen.
Yeah,
I never said it was going to happen. Okay,
it's never going to happen.
Okay,
let's put that out there. It's not going to happen, because that would cause way too many problems with the game.
I think you're getting a little too wrapped up in the numbers game.
Yeah, I think you're getting a little too wrapped up in what they actually think. They're going to wipe us all out.
The math, man. It's the math.
It's the math, man. It's the evil math. Breaking my immersion.
Killing me, Celeste. You're killing me.
Your math. Watch this.
Hey.
I'll show you math, motherfucker.
Because you know what's going to happen is that's going to completely kill Laz's ability to have his one GM in Alchemy.
I don't have any GMs.
Okay, you're 99 in Alchemy. Yeah, but imagine that where it's... Think of certain skills that require 70 of something else, which means that you actually have to have 100 skill points. Kind of like the crafting of the astrolabe in the alchemy tree. That requires a... I've got the recipe.
I've made them. In fact, I got a +1 astrolabe on me right now.
But you
just
made
for the
it
record,
before.
I'm going to put this up on screen. We've totally derailed the train off the original Is Early Access too early. I just want to put that on the record. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
There is no program. We have no idea what the hell what's going on.
Try something easy. You can't build a house unless you have nearly Grandmaster Carpentry.
Well, that would be more accurate, but then
Yes.
some like, what would happen to if they turned around and they said for alchemy for Laz that you also unlearn all of those recipes that you don't actually have the skill for, because you learned the astrolabe prior to it actually requiring
A lot of
GM
people
alchemy.
were pissed about that. A lot of people got to take advantage of it because it was announced. Other people didn't.
And so it's like
I got to take advantage of a account that had everything stacked below it, but the folks who come in and get bundles don't get that advantage. I'm sorry, I got here at a time when that was given to us. I'm not gonna
you're
apologize for that.
You're confusing rewards with other things like recipes and your proposed.
I had to pay for those recipes one way or the other. I would pay for them again. What's the difference?
What would it be if? But you're wiping your character state.
What's that got to do with the price of tomatoes? What's that got to do with the price of royal elderberry?
Hey, that 200,000 gold you spent on your
that royal elderberry skyrocket, because I wouldn't have 7 of them. I would have 1. Okay, so that would actually work in my favor. So explain to me where this comes in.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm poking holes in your argument.
Hey, again, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who would welcome that. Okay, I'm on the side of giving everybody a fair slate going in, but that's just me.
But there's no such thing as a fair slate ever, because you know what? Power gamers are always going to have more skills than a casual player.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. That's a good point. We had a conversation last night about how the combat system was set up and how it's being geared for competitive gamers.
Well, no, this game is not competitive gamer friendly.
Well, that's not what they said on the telethon. Where were you? At the telethon, you weren't paying attention to anything they said down there, did you?
Exactly. I couldn't hear anything they said.
You were over in the design room having a beer, having a Modelo with Gix and the Attenwood. I know.
Don't know what you're talking about.
But yes,
completely different rooms.
This I know. The Attenwood's in the room ahead, and Gix is to the room to the left. I know where they sit. Come on, man. But let's talk about that. That was something they discussed on the telethon. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Okay, keep going.
Nah, man, now I lost it.
Oh, that's a shame. Next, moving right along.
As you started laughing, my train of thought went right out the freaking window. What were we talking about? No, there was something they brought up about that in the telethon I wanted to hit on.
Combat was less, I heard.
Oh, competitive combat. Yes, Chris said that he wanted the people who had the skills to be able to be competitive in the gaming and do that. And, in my opinion, having all this keyboard interaction and the combos the way they're laid out, I mean, you really have to be an agile fuck to be able to manipulate all that and be almost a competitive gamer to be in that PvP heavy duty combat stuff. What are you talking about?
I don't think you have
to die. You
can
die. That's very easy.
You gotta have it set up right. But like I played Dungeons and Dragons online, and a lot of people, including myself, who played that, we'd have like 4 or 5 different hot bars set up and be hitting 20 different things in different places. In this game, it's easier, really.
Well, I don't find it to be that way. Combos, again, I'm a mouse player, okay, and I don't have dexterity in the left or right hand anymore like I used to, okay? So for me to do combos, I've got to be down there on the taskbar actually dragging them together. I can't be here. I'm using my left hand for forward, backward, left, and right. I can't be hitting tab. I can't be
that's
hitting
where-
1-5. I don't have a keyboard sense like that. So
Hey,
I
let's
have
just put it this way.
0.
I think a year and a half ago, Violation demonstrated the fact that his keyboard, using the built-in macros, would automatically stack all his glyphs for him.
Using what automatic macros? Yes.
Yeah, so it's like when you start getting into competitive gaming, you're going to end up with the people that sit there and say, I have this keyboard, it has this ability. I went ahead and
I
did
have
this.
a keyboard with those abilities.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and then you have to remember Portalarium's stance now is all of that is bannable. What's going to happen to any of that? As soon as they start banning someone for using a Razer keyboard, which we've discussed before. I'm not missing
I
the
could
point.
easily set up a keyboard to do that if I could get glyphs to deal where I wanted them when I wanted them to, but that doesn't happen. Okay, don't get me down that path. You don't want to go down that path.
You could.
What
you
I'm
just
trying
need
to explain
figure out
is,
your deck
as I've
management.
got my left hand on the keyboard, trying to move back and forth and avoid getting hit, I'm using the mouse to do all this, and I don't have the dexterity to be doing all that blind because I'm spending too much damn time looking at that damn taskbar trying to get my combos. I'm not paying attention to what's on the screen, and I'm not paying attention to my hotbar like I should to see what my health is.
Hey, I remember I've hunted with you. I know you're not paying attention to your health bar.
Yes.
And
Okay.
Justin has as well.
And he says that they want people to have a competitive edge. And my point was, have you looked around at all the people who come to these conventions, who come to these gatherings and come hang out and visit you guys? And these are not competitive gamers who are sitting here funding this game, in my opinion. You know, this is folks like us who want to be able to play the game and have fun without having to pay attention to all that crap. That's another whole soapbox. Yeah. But yes, the combination of all the above, it's not very easy for a casual player to come in and figure out the combat system.
That's because, as you know, the combat system is non-intuitive at all. And
But
that's one of the things that they're going to be going back and revisiting very soon.
I did not hear them say that.
Based off of my conversations with people in the office during the telethon.
Oh, so again, is not something publicly talked about. So yes, never gonna happen. Never gonna change the combat system. Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Hey, you just have to provide a better
when
solution.
you start the game.
What's that, Spiff?
I said, why else do you think they're steering you towards bows when you start the game?
No, they were doing that just
They
because
were
that
doing
was the
that
only
because
quest
that's
line
the
that was
storyline that was finished.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was the only.
That had to do with storyline. That had nothing to do with bows being better than another, or because the reticle was there. That had nothing to do with that. But anyway,
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Yeah, because they gave you 2 other options. Otherwise, they just would have forced you down the path of the bow, and then you could change it later.
It was one where they didn't want the new players to completely see the lack of development in the courage tree or the.
They wanted them to have a
Truth
good
tree.
experience on their first pass through the game coming in, and we can't blame them for that.
Well, if I would chip in my 2 cents, I would think the people that you're talking about who aren't wanting to play competitively aren't going to be as interested in player versus player, at least not where they're fighting other players.
I got a problem fighting skeletons with this combat system. Forget about player versus player. I can't even consider PvP, let alone.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, if I wanted to play that kind of player, I couldn't, because that would it totally locks me out of playing that kind of character. Okay. And that's due to my limit. That's my physical limitation. Okay. And again, we've argued this for many of people who have more physical handicaps than I do. They're not thinking about the people who are playing you know, and they're gearing certain things that, again, are geared towards competitive playing. And yes, calendar's small today. Don't worry about it. Eclipse is not on tonight, so we don't have to give her 5 minutes of time. But yes, it is time to get onto the calendar today.
What are you talking about?
Now we're getting leers and jeers from the peanut gallery.
They're like, y'all are running late today. What's going on? Doesn't matter. Doesn't. Okay, don't forget community calendars. It doesn't matter. Community calendar is on nbnn.info. Don't forget to click on the calendar button. Then from there, all times are Central Standard Time, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia Time. It is an aggregate of a bunch of other public calendars. So if you want your information added to the calendar, make a Google Calendar and notify Laz via news@nbnn.info that you want your public calendar added to the community calendar, and we will eventually get on that, probably in about 6 days.
Didn't I give you permission to do that?
No, not yet.
Yeah. And you don't want it either, do you? No, you don't.
Not really. Then that's work. Then after that, don't forget today is Wednesday, March 15th. Unless you're catching this on a different day.
That's right.
Today at noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12, around the clock, two idiots that don't know what the hell they're talking about as they make wild speculations about things that they have no idea that they're talking about. Yes. On a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack. On WRFB.
WRFB.
Radio Free Britannia. Today at 4 on Avatar's Radio, Max Leao and Elgarian Dekali have another rebroadcast of the Legion of Myth at 7 p.m. If you're interested in PvP, you need to join the...
With the proper PvP-ness.
Come on. Got the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament.
Sorry. Sound guy's on strike.
Okay.
Maybe if you'd actually eat lunch, you wouldn't miss the cues.
Moving right along.
That's out in Virtuous Oasis between 7 and whenever it ends. And also at 7, don't forget on WRFB.
WRFB.
This is the 70s at 7. DJ Eclipse Maiden's taking the day off. She's on spring break from med school, so maybe she's going to be at the beach
She's
somewhere.
out having a party.
Partying it up. And then after that, don't forget, in-game, you may virtually be able to see Eclipse Maiden partying it up in-game at Striker Sparhawk's Happy Hour, because it is Laz's favorite event of the week, because you get to
spend Sparhawks gold.
That's right. Some pleb somewhere in Novia, just whisper Striker Sparhawk for more information, or go to the official forums and figure it out. At 10 p.m. is the record room on WRFB.
WRFB.
That's
Radio
our community.
Free Britannia.
That is our community calendar for this March 15th in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar.
Now do the advertisers.
Avatar. No, we're not doing that today. We don't do that anymore.
Advertisers.
Laz changed his minds on that because he couldn't figure out how to sync up.
I can't figure out how to get them up on screen, man.
Killing me. You tell him explicitly 5-6 times.
Of course, NBNN is a proud sponsor of SodaCon 2017. If you need more information on SodaCon, go to SodaConAustin.org and check out all the information there. If you can't find out what you need there, come see me and I'll point you in the right direction. Of course, you can catch us here in replays every day throughout the day, except for the weekends on WRFB Radio Free Britannia here in game. And you can also catch up Wake Up New Britannia coming back this weekend to a radio near you. Grimy Traders auction house. If you want to start an auction, you can go to grimeytraders.com, set up your own auction, sell and get rid of that stuff you got lying around. It's free to list, it's free to sell, it's free to sign up, it's free. Our good friends and official sponsor of NBNN, the Auchenshire and Markham Farms. Where are those guys? Haven't seen them around today.
I saw Thex on
For your
earlier.
wholesale cotton, reagents, vegetables, ale, and more, located at Dawn's Keep, just south of Central Brittany, and also listed on the Shroud Marketplace for your buying convenience. Our friends over at a home guild at the Britannian Mining Company want you to come on down to Market Road in Black Rock Cove and get your crafting on. If you need crafting goods, you need stuff for all your equipment, anything else out there, go ahead and check out the guys down at Black Rock Cove, and they're located in the Quell region right next to the Exeter Mines for your mining convenience as well. Sodamap.com, Jacob White providing the best mapping program out there for your travel convenience. Coming to a release near you soon. Until then, you can use Soda Navigator, located on the sodamap.com website. Relics by Rill. Ben is at it again, bringing us some new swag to the store. And of course, you can get yours. Just go to relicsbyrill.com and go check out the selection. Get your swag on, and if you want to save a little bit of money, you can do that by using the promo code NBNN when you check out, and you'll save 10% on all that swag. Don't look so interested there, Jack. And of course, last but not least, our good friends over at the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com, for all your virtual vendable needs. There's Jack's cue.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Get to work, Jack.
What are you talking about? Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related.
You know, you're not off camera when I'm reading. Aware. You're still there. People still see you.
I was reading about an airline passenger's headphones catching fire mid-flight because the batteries exploded, and I'm laughing.
Oh,
yeah.
Headphones. Now we can't have headphones. I tell you.
Well, you don't want anything with a lithium-ion battery in it ever, really.
So we shouldn't allow cell phones on planes. Period.
Well, okay. So the exploding vapes, cell phones. Took down a plane, all related to shitty wiring for lithium-ion batteries. Yeah, no lithium.
Thank you, Justin. Is that a hint?
No, she did that earlier.
Yeah.
No, oh, wait.
I didn't see the earlier one.
She's done it 3 times where she just wants to
shoot
shoot
me now.
herself.
Shoot me now.
Yeah. Yeah, don't forget Shroud Marketplace, the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. Each of the different vendors is a different player. There are over 40 different players that have selling their stuff on Shroud Marketplace. Don't forget to visit the featured vendors, including Auchenshire and Markham Farms, Seder Stinky Sewer Shop, or Wolfdom Shop. For more
that cheesy writing.
I know, the cheesy sign writing. Anything
cheesy
game
sign
related
writing
can be bought or sold on shroudmarketplace.com. That's from accounts all the way to services, including Game Gold. You know what? It's all available because it doesn't violate the terms of service. Yay.
That's right.
So if you have a service or if you have an item that you want to sell to other players, you can register as a vendor and then click on vendor registration and you can start selling your item. Easy. Okay.
Easy peasy. That's right.
That means it is time for us to actually thank the most important people around here, and that's you guys. Thank you for watching out on Twitch.
Love you guys.
Or listening on WRFB or through the NBNN app. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's right. Don't forget, boys and girls, you can get all sorts of information out at the nbnn.info website. And, of course, you can get your hands on the app out there. We've got it on the Google Play Store, the Android Yeah, Android. The Amazon store and on iTunes for all your mobile devices. So you can take Shrine of the Avatar with you, and anything you need you can have while you're on the road, including listening to replays on our podcast or checking out our show on the in-game radio. You can listen through the apps as well. So with that, we got to go ahead and wrap it on up and get on out of here for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. And of course, we will be back with more here on Thursday. And don't forget, we've got a big anniversary coming up here on Friday. And what's happening then? We don't know. We'll figure it out then. No clue. Good day, everyone. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, and the latest right here on NBNN News.
Justin, it's not shooting herself after the bot did something.
She's not shooting herself in.
She's trying to shoot the bot.
Bang.
That the da.
Hey, bot. Jack.
It's gonna go. Comes to pass.
Well, a lot of people would do that if that happened.
More space in Owl's head for me.